Guys, this is Pharas, currently working as a data engineer at LTI. So also I have done some of the certification as a database certification. And also I have a database Apache Spark certified developer and Hadoop developer and the data visualization. It's called Denado developer as a certified. So let's start. In this video I will discuss about what is the difference between data engineer, data scientist and data analyst. So also they have roles. There is responsibility, job responsibility and skill set, and sadly, most of the question they have asking for about salary of data scientist, data analyst and data engineer. So let's start our video with the what is the responsibility of data scientist and data engineer and data analyst. So let's start with the data scientist. So in the data scientist responsibilities, it is that they have managed and mining that and cleaning the unstructured data to prepare the practical uses as a business insight, and they develop the model that can be you operate on the big data, that can be operated at big data. So they have big data. So they don't develop the data, they develop the model which can data engineer, data analyst work on that model. And also they will understand the big data analysis. So and take the charges of data team that help towards their respectable goal. So it means they have a high level of job as a data scientist, and they manage the data team as a data engineer and data analyst. So and deliver results that have the impact on the business outcome. They will give the insights and develop that big data model and manage their team. So they will deliver that our project for the business outcome for the business team. And so next one we will talk about the responsibility of data engineer. So data engineer, the responsibilities, they will mining their data, they will give the transformation in that data and so with insight from big data, and they give the transformation and use and prepare the data for usable and develop the data for usable format for data science, data analyst. And that is the responsibility of data engineer, and they will write the queries, they will write big queries on data and maintenance their data design and architecture, which already said and was developed by data scientist. So next one is data analyst, their responsibility. And so that data analyst responsibility is that a data analyst review the data to identify the key insight of the business customers. Customer, they will give the data. So data analyst actually is doing, they will analysis the databases and give the insights of deep insight of data, give insight of big data which can be do for data engineer and data scientist, and way that data can be used and solve this problem. And so how can achieve this data analyst, how can achieve this task? They will collect the information from databases with the help of queries. Whichever queries they have run, they will give the queries in the databases and rectify the data and give the business insight of to customer and data scientist. So they will develop their big data, the big data framework. So use the basic algorithm, they will use some basic algorithm in our insights, and they will process the data and summarize the result. They will process our data and they will summarize the result. So that is the responsibility of data analyst, and they will pause and display the deep insights of data and data visualization. All these things they have to do it, and they will give the analysis and statistics of what actually we need to do for this data, and so that they will data engineer and data scientist work on it. So that is the main difference between data analyst, data engineer and data scientist. So I will summarize the things. What is the responsibility of in a quick way? The data scientist is data scientist as a bigger role. They will manage the data team and they will develop the model board operate by big data. operate on big data, and also they will understand the all is the complete flow of big data for unstructured format, and they will manage as a director there's a structure format, and they will give the insight as a structure format. So and data engineer is they will develop, and they will develop the data and give the product view to data analyst. That is the role of responsibility of data engineer, and they will develop large scale of data warehouses with the help of ETL. It's called extracts, transformation, and loading. So and next one is data analyst. Data analyst, they will give the business insight of our data for running, giving the some of the queries in. They will give the help with the help of some of the queries. They will give the insight of data to data scientists, so that they will develop that model. So that is the responsibility of data analyst, data engineer, and data and scientist. So what is next is what is the skill set required for data engineer, data analyst, and uh, data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist. So so coding skills are central to each of these jobs. So you should know one of the coding language in this job. You should know, because in all these data job you need to coding skills are required. It's the mandatory for everyone as a data scientist and data analyst and data engineer. So for data scientists, now talk about the data scientist. So what is the skills required for data scientists? It is that data scientists have the necessary mastery on over the programming language like Java, Python, SQL, and SAS, or so on. So additionally, you should know working with the knowledge of big data frameworks like Hadoop, Spark, Pig, and so on, and understanding the basic technologies such as deep learning, machine learning, and AI. That is the skill set required for data engineer. And let's talk about the data analyst. So when we have talked about the data analyst, and data analyst stores key skills, what you should is that it is the less technical. So it is the entry level of job role. You need to have an understanding of tools such as like SAS, Microsoft Excels, SPSS, and SAS, and so on. If you have the basic knowledge of Python, SQL, R, and JavaScript, these programming language, it will be the plus point for you as a data analyst. So and next talk about the most preferred job. It's called data engineer. So that job requires it requires you have to deep understanding of programming languages like such as Java, SAS, Python, and so on. So you should I will talk about this. You should know the coding skills. So that is the responsibility, that is the required for understanding that programming language. And you should also adapt the handling of framework such as Hadoop, MapReduce, Pig, Hive, Apache Spark, NoSQL, data streaming such as Kafka streaming, SQL, Spark streaming, and so on. So that is the skill set required for data engineers. So now most of the question is asked about what is the salary of data engineer, data scientist, and data analyst. It is the most likely question asked nowadays in LinkedIn and all these social media platform. So now we will talk about that data scientist. First we will talk about data scientist. So data scientist, you can earn as much like 1,37,000 per year. So you can talk about and data analyst can expect as average salary of $67,000 per annum, which be remarkable. And considering that is the entry level job, you can consider it is an entry level job. And that at the order of and spectrum, the data engineers can be command the salary of upwards of $1,16,000 as a year. So it is a source from Glassdoor. So that is the skills, that is the salary of data engineer and data scientist and data analyst. So next we will talk about which company you have that you will hire you as a data scientist, as a data engineer and data analyst. So data you can see data scientists are highly demand. Data scientists are highly demand at companies like Facebook and Citibank and Intel, Amazon and SP Global and Moody's, so on. And as a data analyst you can get into an entry level role at the companies like Infosys and Oracle and Southwest and Bellmark and Visa and so on. And lastly, data engineer you can that data engineer can get hire from major of this company. It is a they every company have a data engineer post, and a majority of the companies they were hired as a data engineer like Google, Apple, and Cognizant and Shopify and Microsoft and Cisco and so on. And as well as product based company also hire as a data engineer as a Intel, Amazon and Google and all these things. So also in the last I will give the reference from that you should know about these role like data engineer, data scientist and data analyst. And so you will get also you will get in this link about how to prepare for data scientist and how to become a data engineer and how to analyst. You can click on this. I will give you in description, my description. Also I will give you that insights of this how what I have told you for difference between data engineer and data scientist in my description. Also please keep supporting me. And also that's all for this video. Please like my video and subscribe my channel.